Hey everybody, welcome back to Chamberlain Family Farm. So we're ready to start laying some wing walls. A wing wall is where it comes out on the side of the building, just a regular wall. It'll connect into the building, go out, and it's going to keep that dirt from sliding on down. Plus we'll be getting dirt on top.
Really? Okay.
All right, we got a trench on both sides. It'll go right up to about the corners. And this will be where we lay block.
Daddy?
All the way up to the roof. You do want it fairly flat because you're going to be laying block and you want to try to keep that block as straight as you can so it looks decent. All right guys, we got the concrete poured on both sides. This should be enough where we can actually get the block laid up to here. But we got to wait a couple days, but you won't have to wait. So so if you notice over here, the concrete was just a little bit higher, so it's raised up than the rest of it. So what we're going to do is, we're going to put mortar on there thin on this end, and then we're going to work it down to where it's almost just block on block, but we still want a little bit of mortar. These here, the mortar will be thick. We're not going to push it down hardly at all. And eventually it'll balance out and even up by the time we get to the top. So, all right, so we got 2 layer on here. And yeah, we still got to work it out a little bit here on this end. Now I want you to look here on this end. I've got it kind of curving in like this a little bit. And it kind of comes out and back in just slightly. So what we're doing is we're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be like a slow kind of a bow. And then as it goes up, I'll probably move the block in just a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. So think of it this way. If, let's say you get some big dude or something pushing on you, right? What do? You brace yourself, you lean in. Same thing with the wall. You want the wall to lean into the dirt, not straight up and down, not out, but into the dirt. So it will make the wall a little stronger by doing this. Plus the curve, it kind of cups it, you know. Now once we get up here on the top, then we'll put some caps over it. And make sure you fill any holes in the back side, especially if you got this close. Because if you guys are doing like me and you only got about maybe a ½ a foot or less on the back side, if you wait till you get that wall done, you're not going to be able to get to the bottom. And that could cause water to come through. And if you live in a climate like we got, if water can go through the block, it's going to freeze and it's going to bust on you. All right, I think after this course here, this should be nice and fairly level through here. So getting pretty even.
We have a dump truck load of dirt coming.
Make sure you don't hit your dang head like I just did.
Beautimous.
We are using all used block on this part. There's probably 5 different sizes of block, and shapes and everything. So it's not going to be the prettiest wool ever, but it is definitely going to be solid. It's definitely going to be functional. So these tools I'm using today, these are my grandfather's. He was born in 1913. He was in masonry a long time ago. So forgot my tools at home, so I'm using Dad's. So good. Oh, I need my hammer. Alright guys, so I'm going to vent a little bit. So I don't know if you guys watched the last short that was made. It's got me in a red shirt using a hammer to hit it. You guys got to understand, these shorts are supposed to be for fun. They're not supposed to be necessarily taken serious. Regardless to popular belief, I have done construction. I have done farm work pretty much my whole entire life. For those that don't think I even know what a brick hammer is, you've seen it in other videos, those who watch my channel. I've had this thing for over 16 years, actually probably 20 years. And no, I do not do everything to code. Why don't I do everything to code? Why don't I use a level and everything? Because I'm not anal, for one. For two, all these codes and everything, most of them are just BS. It's making people depend on other people. It's not helping the average person out whatsoever, because by putting these codes and all this other bull crap in place, you're making the average person doubt their capabilities to be able to do it. So therefore they won't try it. Therefore they get deeper in debt. The more you guys can do yourself, the better it is. Now, I'm not saying people haven't been killed in the past doing things on their own. Yeah, you can be killed on some things. You got to be cautious. You got to use some common sense. But I don't want my stuff looking like every Tom, Dick, and Harry's houses. I promise you, this redneck looking cellar is going to outlast your new built stick home. If you guys haven't yet looked at some tornado videos, Philip, get out of there. If you guys haven't checked out some tornado videos, look at a tornado hitting an old house built in the 1800s where it didn't have people with their degrees or with their apprenticeships or what the hell is that called?
Journeyman.
Oh yeah. Or those who have their journeyman's license and stuff like this built these houses. When tornado hits them, they don't just fall apart. And I mean, even today, it picks up the whole house and rolls it over to its side, or just picks it up and scoots it off. You look at it hitting one of these new built jobbies by these professionals, these technicians and all that, it just freaking obliterates. So somebody told me my work is work like a third world country, and I take that wholeheartedly as a compliment, because you go look in the third world stuff, you look at Greece, you look at Rome, their stuff is still standing. The stuff that you guys are pushing is falling apart. So thank you. And just to kind of top it off and aggravate some of you professional analists, this here is a way bigger block than these blocks that I am putting on. And yes, this wall is crooked, but it's still going to outlast your crap. Here we go. Come here. All right, so we're trying to push this wall out now. Now that we got it, it's fairly straight going up. Now we're going to start pushing it out a little bit like we did on this and like we did on the walls inside. And what that's going to do is it's going to help push against the dirt. Okay? Now if you look in here, you're going to see some cracks. Yeah, water could get in right now if you don't do nothing about it. But this is called mortar. Put a little bit on the side there. And I hear some of you now, but you're just wasting mortar. You're using extra mortar. You don't need to do that. Just put an actual block in there. Yeah, I could waste some gas and go to town and spend more money and do it the right way if I want. Yeah, that's got a little extra mortar in it, but it's also a little extra stronger. This will actually start pushing against the dirt a little bit more, and down here it won't. So eat your heart out. All right, guys. I can already hear some comments about whenever I said look at the Greeks and the Romans and stuff like that. Yeah, they had some fancy art stuff they did. And some people might not consider them third world country, but you guys can go to any of the old Muslim Arab nations and stuff like that. Their stuff is still standing from thousands of years ago. Granted, some of it may be buried in sand, but it's still there. Even that Tower of Babel, the walls and stuff, it's all still there. They're putting it together. They have been for years. All right, guys, so we got these two wing walls done. We'll let this set up and we'll go ahead and move some dirt. Thank you for watching Chamberlain Family Farms. You can contact us at chamberlainff@gmail.com. You can also see us on Facebook, Chamberlain Family Farms. We hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe.